All right. Thank you, everyone, for attending the open house for originalbamboopillows.com. We have both the owners here, Seth and Sean. Welcome to you both, and welcome to everyone here attending.
Yeah, hi, guys.
Okay, just a little housekeeping. If you haven't dialed into the audio bridge, please do so now. You can also use your computer's integrated audio to listen in. All of the attendees will be on mute. If you do have questions, please use the chat feature. I will answer them live as you ask them rather than at the end of the presentation. And I just find that works best. So here we go. We have the original snapshot that you've all seen on Latonas.com that's kind of piqued your interest. Annual revenue, over $2 million. COGS, cost of goods sold, a little just under 400. Expenses a little over 1, and as well as annual profit a little over 500. Monthly uniques, page views, as we all know, it's a little bit Google independent, so we'll talk about that later in detail. The asking price is 2.45. Obviously, the Google page rank really doesn't come into play, nor the SEMrush statistics. It's a little over a year old as far as the age of the actual site itself. Okay, guys, you guys can either trade off or field whoever wants to talk about your site, kind of give me the history of it, when you started it, why you started it, and how it's going so far.
Yeah, Eric, we started the site just to kind of build the brand outside of Amazon. Like you said, the primary places where we conduct business is on other people's platforms, so Amazon, Groupon, Living Social. The website is not really one of our main e-commerce platforms, but it does kind of provide additional information and is a good place that we just have information, testimonials, and things like that. But anyways, we started this company, like you said, about a year ago. The original bamboo pillow has the shredded memory foam, all the hypoallergenic properties that everybody's wanting right now, and it's just kind of a product that we kind of stepped into, what?
So I think it was late February or early March last year.
Yeah, we really liked it because people are going to continue sleeping on pillows, what we think is a really long time. So we've got really long legs with this business, but right now it makes sense for us to kind of consider this option.
Yeah, I think what Seth's saying, this is Sean, we think it's a good opportunity for us to take some cash off the table for us so that we can reinvest in building out some other brands in different categories. But, you know, pillows are always going to sell, so we believe that it's a pretty good category. You know, we'd like to stay in it, but obviously if we're going to build the business in some other categories, then we need that revenue to do it with. And the website, I think Seth forgot to mention, is also a platform for us to send our Groupon Living Social buyers to redeem their coupons. Because if you're not familiar with that whole system, the customer will buy a coupon code from Living Social, and then they have to use that code to redeem it on your website, where we can capture customer data as well as charge for shipping. So that's another good use of the site.
Perfect. And how, this is a live question, how has the actual site other than the Amazon site, has that continued to grow since you created it?
Yeah, so originally when we launched on Living Social, we had instant success, but Groupon's kind of been a growing matter, basically. When we first started there, we sold just a few thousand units, and each progressive deal, Groupon has just continued to grow. So we're really excited about that. And then, like you said, we have some other opportunities with Amazon with their Vendor Central program that we're still looking at as well. And in addition to that, our Amazon business is still growing at a good clip as well.
And another question. So when you sell on your site, that's obviously Amazon independent, correct? You don't have to pay. There's no Amazon fees or anything like that when you sell on the actual original bamboo site.
Yeah, any traffic that we drive ourselves outside the Amazon platform is basically, we're not paying commission or any override or anything to Amazon for that. As a matter of fact, we actually have a deal just went live yesterday on Living Social for the pillow. I should have told you that before the call, Eric, but it just went live yesterday, so it takes a few days to kind of percolate and start getting some traction. You guys are more than welcome to check that out and watch how that goes.
Yeah, perfect. We'll talk about that when we definitely see the revenue spikes. That's great. Okay, can you tell us, this is the Amazon store, obviously. Tell us a little bit about this and what you normally do with the Amazon when you see this, what customers and what you kind of do to promote this on Amazon, and how important page ranking is.
Okay, well, what you're looking at here is just one of our many listings. And on Amazon, it's important to have your product marketed or positioned in different ways to go after a different type of client. For example, this one here is probably ranked for memory foam pillow, which is, it's not necessarily going to be the same person searching for a bamboo pillow, someone searching for a sleep apnea type pillow, or side sleeper, stomach sleeper, king versus queen, soft versus firm, that type of thing. So with this particular product, we found it beneficial to have multiple listings all positioned to a different specific niche market, and this just happens to be one of them.
Live question for you, Sean. How many page listings do you have for this particular product?
That's a good question.
We have screenshots of it.
It doesn't have to be an exact number, just an estimate is fine.
10.
Okay, great. And for example, those were like, one would be memory foam, one would be sleep apnea, just different segments of society that you think might be searching for a bamboo pillow, correct?
Right. Yeah, the idea is to be ranked for those individual keywords on Amazon. So even though it's the exact same pillow, I'm searching for a bamboo pillow for a different reason than you might be. So we want to make sure that we capture as much market share as we can by taking up more real estate, or virtual real estate, if you will, based on keyword searches. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Genius. Little just showing what the actual product is. I'm assuming that's what this picture is?
Yeah, this is the filler in the product. The concept is to use the old memory foam, but a lot of people, for a memory foam pillow, they don't like the fact that it's hard and heavy, and it kind of just more cumbersome to deal with. I used to actually have a couple on my bed, but what we've done here is the concept of memory foam. We just shred it to make it more pliable and to breathe easy. Along with the bamboo fiber cover. If anybody has a problem with night sweats, which is another keyword that we rank for, it's a good product for them, because it stays cool at night. It has that cool technology built in.
Right, and since it's shredded, you can actually fluff it like a traditional pillow. An old memory foam pillow is just a block that's kind of set in stone. You can't morph it, change it, whatever. But this, you can actually adjust the height and make it contour around your specific body. So it's pretty appealing. We've gotten a lot of customer reviews saying that this helps with back, neck pain, migraines, and all that stuff, because it does such a good job of conforming rather than just one traditional block.
Okay, great. Another live question. So it seems it would be environmentally friendly as well. Do you have a niche for people looking for environmentally safe or environmentally friendly pillows? Have you ever thought about that?
I think, I don't know about environmentally, Eric, but a lot of people believe that the bamboo-derived material, is environmentally friendly because there's more natural material in there than synthetic, and that it, I guess it has some other properties that the bamboo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's the claim to fame with bamboo besides being cool?
Yeah, bamboo is supposed to kind of be the sweat-wicking, cool, hypoallergenic material that keeps everything clean and healthy and comfortable to sleep on, so you're not, like Sean said, having to flip your pillow over all the time, so you're not sweating.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's definitely a huge deal right now. A lot of people are doing bamboo sheets, bamboo mattresses, bamboo pillows, which gives us a lot of opportunity to expand.
And it also has a more soft feel. My wife always comments on how soft the bamboo materials are versus what they market as traditional sheets or covers.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity for expansion. It's what we have in our plans is to do like bamboo baby pillows, which we already have in the hopper, bamboo body pillows, you know, they're full size, sheets, bamboo derived swaddle blankets, you know, mattress covers, things like that. So in the bedding alone, with the keyword bamboo, there's a lot of room for expansion.
Perfect. All right, so this is basically a slide of showing traffic on the Amazon site. And does it do traffic per page breakdown?
It's kind of small on the screen here, but
yep. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can. I
can't hardly see it.
Let me see if I can enlarge it here. There you go.
We're on like an 11-inch netbook here, so. Okay,
right.
There we go.
I just enlarged it for you.
This is giving you conversion rates for traffic sent to this particular listing. You know, some conversion rates on our listings we'll see, you know, as low as 3 or 4%. Some of our listings are as high as 29%. You know, that changes every 24 hours is different than the prior 24 hours. So this looks like just a snapshot that we sent in, you know, with the questionnaire.
Yeah, perfect.
Can you read that? I mean, what are they looking at here as far as data?
Okay, so yeah, each one of these, what you see as titled as Parent ASIN, that's one of those listings that Sean was speaking about, marketed towards a different audience. And so you're looking at the session, so how many times customers are looking at that page, which is unique customers, and then page views is how many times, like say if you went back there 5 times, but they know it's you, so it still counts towards page views, but your sessions would remain 1. And then out of those sessions, you have your units ordered. So how many units were ordered per session, or what percentage of units were ordered per session. So you have 6% of the time people would order 1 unit. So you have $43,000 worth of sales for this specific listing over that time frame.
Perfect. Can you guys kind of go into how significant it is to be kind of the traffic is independent of Google, and what the advantages are there, and how you kind of try and manipulate that traffic? I know you were talking about kind of being in the 90s as far as the internet going on Amazon right now.
Well, I was in e-commerce in the late 90s and the early 2000s. And the way that we're actually approaching Amazon now as a traffic source, it'd be kind of like being in e-commerce and Google when AdWords was first launched. It's kind of like almost like the Wild West. You know, anything you couldn't really screw up. It was so easy. And I think people really, if they're in e-commerce outside the Amazon platform, kind of overlook the idea or the fact that Amazon drives a ton of traffic. And that, you know, Amazon as a whole converts 29-30% of the traffic overall on Amazon versus, you know, 1 or 2 or 3% conversion rate on a private website. Amazon itself is a huge brand. They brag about having over 200 million credit cards on file. And the fact is that when people want to shop now, more so than ever, people go to Amazon and search for a widget to buy, you know, like a bamboo pillow, for example, versus just searching on Google. We actually have, we never went into this, Eric, but we have some YouTube videos and some other press releases that are ranked with Google Analytics that drive traffic to our Amazon store, but it's not, you know, it's not significant enough, but it's definitely an area that we can improve. But Amazon brings enough traffic on its own that we don't even have to worry about going out on the other search engines. I mean, if somebody goes to Amazon and types in a pillow, they're not really shopping, you know, they're going there to purchase. It's kind of like opening the yellow pages and looking under a pizza company. I mean, you don't shop for pizza companies, you just call and order a pizza, and that's kind of the way Amazon traffic needs to be understood. People go to Amazon to buy, not to browse, or they go to buy or add to their shopping cart or save for later or add to a wish list or something like that. It's not really too many looky-loos.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's a great explanation of it. Go there to shop and not to browse. So just basically other, you know, Amazon Central traffic statistics, kind of independent. That's why there's not a lot of Google Analytics, because they have their own kind of platform to analyze traffic. And obviously we can share these with any potential buyer moving
Yeah, if
forward.
we have a potential buyer as well, Eric, I mean, since we've actually did this listing with you, we've discovered a lot of outside traffic sources that we can use to drive traffic onto Amazon. And, you know, if we have a buyer for this particular site, we'd be more than happy to share that information with them that we're using to drive our other brands. I mean, there's a ton of traffic sources out there. I'm sure anybody that's in e-commerce knows about it, but there's a way that you can actually plug that into your Amazon listing to do two things: bring in more sales as well as increase your conversion rates, which Amazon will show you a little more Amazon love the better your conversion rates are.
Great. That's perfect. But we're just showing you.
I mean, if you're going to launch, you know, if you want to create your own pillow brand and launch it today, it's going to take 6 months to a couple of years just to get it up to where you can be ranked. You know, if you don't know how to market on the Amazon particular, you do Amazon-style SEO and be able to affect your conversion rates and that kind of thing and know how to go about it. Like the site you told me about earlier, you know, the revenue that they were doing. My friend that's in the same business has only been up for 8 months, and he's outselling them 20 to 1.
Exactly.
So, you know, when you already have your stake your claim in that particular category, like we have in the pillows, it's a heck of a lot. I mean, it's hard to knock us off, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's perfect.
We've already established that brand. You know, Amazon feels good about it. They give us a lot more traffic than they will someone else who just started tomorrow. And not to mention that we have a relationship with Vendor Central, which I'm sure we'll get into later.
Right. Perfect. And it really is about that page ranking on Amazon. That is really what drives traffic.
It's just like Google.
Yeah.
If someone searches Google, Eric, for a bamboo pillow, anybody on the call are probably never going to go to page 2 or 3. Google results are going to find the results in the top of page 1.
Got it.
Amazon's the same way. If someone goes to Amazon, searches for a memory foam pillow, you're not going to go to page 4 or 5 or 6. You're going to buy what's on the first page that looks like a good value and has free shipping.
Perfect. And when the buyers do buy, everything does transfer. User reviews, obviously the store. The thing that does not transfer is the seller reviews. Is that correct? And no one really looks at seller reviews. That's basically just shipping. Is that correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What we would do, actually, the buyer would actually just have an exclusive right to sell our brand on Amazon, which we protect. You know, right now, anyone can go try to sell an original bamboo pillow and list against our listing. But if they don't have a legitimate pillow, they're going to lose their Amazon account and, you know, possibly face some other problems from us. You know, we have to protect that just like you would any other intellectual property. So basically whatever conveys with the purchase is going to be, you know, just like we talked about, the inventory, sales results, historical data, and, you know, the opportunity to be the exclusive seller for this brand because you're going to own the brand, and no one else is going to be able to list against your brand. That's
perfect. So let's talk about revenue. I know you mentioned Living Social and Groupon, and I think we'll see as, you know, when you started. Obviously, this prospectus is a bit old. We have a more updated revenue now, but we can see the ups and downs, significant. You know, going usually from about 100K all the way up past 500,000 and more. And I'm assuming, or let me just let you take the floor and explain why you have those spikes.
Okay. Yeah, Eric. So the baseline is growing Amazon sales, and that's very consistent because we make sales there every day. But the huge spikes are when we launch a Groupon or a Living Social deal. Those deals are normally for just a few weeks. Normally our deals run for about a month because they normally get extended because our deals have always had that success. So what happens is we launch on Groupon Living Social. We send a massive influx of customers to our website, and they are redeeming their coupons and drives revenue a few $100,000 in just a short time span. But then once that deal is done, they don't want to run it. They give it a kind of a rest. They give it a couple weeks off, and once we launch the next one, that's why you see these big spikes every now and again.
Yeah, that's perfect. And then are so the Groupon, this is a live question, the Groupon and the Living Social, is there a limit to how many they do a year, or do they just, you do it whenever they give you permission? Do you have two running at the same time?
Right.
And go into that?
Yeah.
Living Social and Groupon?
We've done.
You guys are pretty unique when you have having the Groupon and Living Social tie-in with your Amazon store.
Yeah. So yeah, there's not really a limit. I mean, they don't want to run the deal every single day of the year because then it kind of gets old in the customer's eyes. But they'll give it a couple weeks break and then run it again because if we're making money, they're making money. So they run it as often as they can fit it in their schedule, and yeah, we can run them both at the same time.
Okay, great.
A few of these deals vary. I think we've had deals run on Groupon or Living Social that sold 1,000 units or 2,000 units on the low end, and we've actually had deals sell 15,000, 16,000 units in the same 2-week or 1-month period. You know,
Okay.
It's really, it seems like it would be like a fourth quarter type of business, but it's really not, because one of the biggest deals we ran on Living Social was right in the middle of the summer, and I think it sold like 16,000 pillows in a 2-week period. So it's really not it's not dependent on fourth quarter. I think it helps, but I think everybody gets a little help in the fourth quarter. And
Sure.
like Amazon was pointing out, the baseline for Amazon sales, if we could take the peaks out of this graph and just show Amazon growth only, it's going to be a nice steady growth. It's definitely not a static type of business. You know, every day we're, you know, the pillow gets a little more traffic because we're doing better conversions, you know, and we're beating out more competitors, things like that. So it's definitely on an upward swing.
That's perfect. Yeah, and you can see that baseline. It's not too hard to tell where the Amazon sales are. Another live question. So there's no conflict between Living Social and Groupon running the same product? They don't, because they are competitors. They don't. You don't have to use one exclusively. They don't complain about that.
No, evidently they have a unique customer base of their own, and they don't mind running them simultaneously. So we've had success on both of them at the exact same time. So no issue there.
That's really good.
I think that, you know, they have a unique customer base, like Seth said, just very, very minimal overlap. And we found that, you know, one, I can't remember which one it is, it leans more toward an older audience, and the other one's, I think Living Social is a younger audience, if I'm not mistaken, or vice versa.
Yeah, I think you're correct, actually. I think it is Living Social. It tends to be older. And then COGS obviously follows the, cost of goods sold obviously follows the Groupon, and the Living Social graph is almost to a T. Obviously, if you're selling more, you're going to have more cost of goods sold. That's not a complicated concept for anyone to understand. Same with expenses. I got a live question actually ready for expenses. Do you get any breaks on fees the more you sell with Amazon? Is there any kind of reduction, or same with Living Social and Groupon? Is there any kind of reduction to your expenses, or, you know, the deals that you have with them and their percentages that they take?
The deal as a whole, no, but as customers buy multiple units or more units altogether, for instance, if you buy 2 pillows on Amazon, you get a reduced shipping rate, on Living Social, I'm sorry, and you get a reduced expense because the shipping went down. And then, I had something else. What was it? What's another savings we have?
I don't really know any savings on Amazon.
I thought there was.
There's not like a threshold or something that if you get over, you get a lower commission or something like that.
Okay. Well, I mean, obviously they did take notice of your sales anyway because they want to be a vendor. So
yeah, I guess
I think that's the key.
A stronger position to renegotiate deals and stuff like that as you become more valuable to them. But there's no threshold if that's what you're getting at.
No, that's perfect. Yeah, I mean, I think the key area is that Amazon did take notice of your sales immediately, and you are one of the few Amazon vendors or Amazon stores that will become kind of an Amazon wholesaler. Can you kind of explain that in a little bit more detail? What's the concept of it? When it does start to roll out, they'll actually be buying your pillows and then selling them themselves under another brand. Can you kind of go into that for us?
Yeah, so if you're on Amazon and you're looking around and you see shipped and sold by Amazon, that means that Amazon actually purchased that product from a vendor and then is selling it themselves. So that's kind of what we've got invited into, and that's a pretty exclusive group. Like you said, Eric, you what, are we the only ones you've ever had? We don't know anybody else either that has that relationship. So we've been working hard at getting that, and we finally signed that contract. The original Bamboo brand is something that Amazon really wants to sell. So we just signed that contract a couple months ago, but they're kind of slow to move because they're so big now. But we're moving that way. We've got our portal and everything set up, so we should be making sales on there within the next couple weeks. But that's going to be another level of sales. Amazon gives themselves all the priority because now they have even more margin. So they have exclusive marketing tools. They have a lot of different tactics for driving traffic now that they're going to be the one able to sell it on a few of our listings. So it's really a game changer, we think.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the most significant things of this listing, that you're creating a fourth revenue stream, and Amazon will obviously promote their own products as effectively as possible. So, I mean, to create a revenue stream number 4 by the actual vendor is pretty incredible. I'm surprised they don't just go over your head and try and get it themselves. So it's very significant, and I think really
that kind of speaks to how well we've done with building our own brand. They really want our brand, so that's
right.
That's pretty phenomenal, really.
Obviously, they want our brand because they see exactly what kind of revenue it's driving. They know exactly how many units ship because they're doing all the fulfillment.
Exactly.
Like Seth said, when Amazon's actually listing and selling and shipping the product, they have a lot more tools that they can throw into the listing to optimize it, make it more buyer-friendly and better conversions. And the other thing, we were actually told by our Amazon rep that a lot of times their system gets slowed down, and if they get a little lazy about doing orders, we can actually log in to Vendor Central versus Seller Central and request a purchase order. If we see that the inventory is getting low, we can basically just say, "Hey, you need to order," and it will generate a purchase order on the spot, which we can then fulfill. So pretty great opportunity, really. We're going to try to get some of our other products into that, and like you said, we don't even have any of our other inventory products, which we have a pretty extensive catalog, into the Vendor Central, but we want to get it there. So this is definitely a plus for this business.
Yeah, I mean, I think the ultimate goal for maybe any Amazon store would be to become a vendor. I think that's really the prime objective, almost. Okay, can you guys tell us about the day-to-day operation of the site? What is required? How many hours you guys spend, kind of on a day-to-day man-hour basis, things like that. If you guys have any employees, etc.
Well, it's kind of hard to narrow it down to just this particular product category because, like I said, we operate a few different Amazon stores and lots of different products in our catalog. But, if this was the only thing that I had to do, I believe that I can manage this business the way it is with 2 to 3 hours a week. I know it sounds ridiculous, but reordering is simply just emailing a purchase order to our supplier, and customs brokers handle all the logistics and the customs work, and the product can actually ship directly to Amazon if it's already labeled, and it's just a matter of checking emails every 24 hours. You have to answer your customer emails on the Amazon platform within 24 hours, or you'll get some bad marks. And then just probably looking at different areas to expand to. It's pretty much autopilot, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think that's music to buyers' ears. 2 to 3 hours a day for this amount of revenue and profit is pretty extraordinary. What do you see as far as the growth? I think we've touched on a little bit, but just growth, future expectations, just in general, if you weren't selling the site, or what you would, if you were going to keep it or recommend for a new buyer going forward. I think a lot of that will have to do with being a vendor, and I think we touched on it a little bit.
Right. So, Eric, just like Sean was talking about earlier, the bamboo, just the bamboo material is so sought after right now. We kind of have ideas to go into different size of pillows, like for a baby pillow, and different bedding products that kind of accompany it. So there's a ton of room for growth here within the same product line and within the same category. There's a lot of product additions we can do, and it kind of leads into cross sales. I mean, somebody who buying pillows obviously need sheets, and if they can get that same great material on their pillow, they definitely pick up a set of sheets as well. So we're really excited about the growth, even if a buyer doesn't see the opportunity that we do.
Perfect.
I think another thing to add to that, Eric, is, if you came up tomorrow, like we're going to do a bamboo toddler pillow, it's actually in the water on the way here now. Being able to slap that up on Amazon's site with the main brand, Original Bamboo is already going to generate traffic. Amazon's already going to give us good rankings because we have that relationship with them under that brand. If I want to launch a product tomorrow and it's called ABC Pillow brand, like I said before, it's going to take a lot of months to start generating the traffic, the natural traffic, because Amazon being a customer-centric type company, they want happy customers, and the best way to do that is to send the traffic to an already established brand. So as far as future growth, it's obvious to expand into other products in the same niche, and I think there's, we've been approached by several people to buy our product wholesale for resale, which we haven't dabbled in that at all, but that's a great opportunity as well. We actually have we have joint venture, people who want to do joint venture deals with us in direct response advertising. Well, basically, they're willing to place direct response ads in newspapers and catalogs and do it on a per acquisition type basis. Excuse me. Basically, they pay for the media cost. If an ad generates a sale, they get anywhere from 30 to 40% of the sale, and then we do the fulfillment. There's a couple of things like that we worked on, but right now we're primarily focused on building the brands on Amazon. So more than willing to share those with a would-be buyer.
Well, that's perfect. Thank you. And can you tell us why you guys want to sell the site? I think you touched on it in the beginning, but kind of review it a little bit.
Well, the couple things actually. This is one of Seth's first businesses out on his own, and he wants to actually, just on a personal level, he wants to make it real, is what he calls it. So, okay, we built this valuable business. Yeah, we're making money, but when do I get to put money in my pocket? I've experienced that a few times in the past, sold a few businesses, and some big and some small, but that's one of the things. This is one of the first brands that we built, so it kind of solidifies the idea that we can do that, and proves that our business model is viable. And like I said before, we just want to take the revenue and use it to build our other brands, because we dumped a lot of time and money, not to mention sweat and tears, into this particular product. And now it's time to get a payday from it.
Perfect. That's a perfectly reasonable way of selling. You build it up to sell. Absolutely. I think I asked all the questions during the presentation. Do you guys want to touch on anything that we didn't touch on at all?
Well, if anybody on the call or in the future looking at the webinar, I think it's obvious that we're not really operational people. I mean, we're marketing people, so we can identify an opportunity. We can get a seat at the table in about any niche, and using our marketing skills, we can launch a product into something successful. But for anyone who's into operations and management, you've managed successful, profitable businesses in the past, I think it's a good opportunity to take this thing to the moon, because we're happy right now where it's at. We're going to grow it slow because we have a handful of other products to go. So if this was the only dog I had in the fight, so to speak, I think that I can take this thing to the moon myself, even not being a manager. So if you have that experience, then I think this is a good opportunity for you.
Well, thanks, guys. I just want to thank you, Seth and Sean. You guys did a great job. Thanks for anyone attending. If you want to see the prospectus and you haven't requested it yet, please email me direct at eric@latonas.com, eric@latonas.com. My contact number is right there, 678-629-2870. That is my direct line. And we can go from there. Thank you again, everybody, for attending, and I hope to hear from you soon.